The Last of Us, the game, the remake I played, is good. And I didn't play it. It's like the next level of CGI. I've been kind of waiting because like Cinematic, The Last of Us Part 2, and Last of Us Part 1 is Cinematic. It's a remake, and it's like an open war. Could it could have come with a multiplayer spin-off. I look The Last of Us is a could have a multiplayer for PlayStation. Turn around to a different direction, allowing Bungie to talk about The Last of Us multiplayer. But like The Last of Us has done success without any advice for its multiplayer of The Last of Us, and I think like they could have not like listened and would have like released the multiplayer to play. I think they have shown like a bigger map. I think they would have used that type of talent to put like a multiplayer and like an open map with a big map, and that would have made great success. And PlayStation like animated like their own service or only on the system, but not like TV shows. And like HBO Max was formed, and they took The Last of Us, put it into a show, and like I don't know if they listen to similar to like how Resident Evil is. Like The Last of Us is inspired by the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I don't know if they would have listened, the developers, about casting of Ellie. I don't think they did. Or maybe they did have one, I don't know. Like how the Lord of the Rings has a fan that knows about the series, and that's why they chose the cast. Um, the movies of Netflix streaming service have shown like similar to Resident Evil, like could have been for the actors, but they show up because for a reason only. The movie didn't like the movie studios wasn't intended to like show new preview characters, but they did on the different shows so that if they ever come out, they're there. The Last of Us did on Netflix. The one that played for Abby, it's already cast. I would just have my own opinion. I think she would have done great as Ellie because it looks reflect on the character, and I really they would have done like they extended the episodes and not make it short. That's good. Joel is a big name too, even Ellie, but like I say, Abby perhaps will have kind of the spotlight because she looks kind of like Ellie, and he also is a good role too. I think they would have done great having them be similar to the characters. And but like I said, the gameplay of The Last of Us Part 2 is good because it's a game that has a lot of things in it. Open map, bigger map, graphics, cinematic, story. Not too much like a speedrun route. Like big map, it has like characters to be. This is like a movie. It's like CGI games that was supposed to be for Resident Evil. They're making a third reboot. I really hope it's Resident Zero because I really like that direction. I kind of like guessing that they would have make Resident Zero 1, 2, 3, 4, and Vendetta. Like that's why the last one shown how it is done. It shows the story, it shows the path, extended map, how difficulty, uh, focusing on the players that wants to play difficulty, tournament death run, speed run, if they want to. It is a good game, its own version, and I wanted to play this series. Like The Last of Us Part 2 Season 2 will come out. It's a good series. I really like it. Just the characters of Ellie and Joel. But I don't know how long Joel will last, but perhaps he will last a bit long. That's good. And like Ellie 2. Like, but like I said, the game series is better. Like it has more content and a story and cinematic that I miss. And playing this focused single player, the multiplayer could be, but they didn't keep the same routine. PlayStation didn't keep the same routine tradition from like how Uncharted 3 was, and then Uncharted 3 has a multiplayer. Uncharted 2 has multiplayer. The Last of Us remaster has a multiplayer still, and somehow they just stay away from that tradition where they're gonna have a multiplayer for The Last of Us. Part 2 supposed to have for the PS5 and Xbox, or only the PS5, and to see will be a survival battle royale type of thing, or teamwork, or team of four, would have been, but we hadn't see it. We hadn't see it. It got canceled, the tradition, but I think it will come back sooner or later. I think they won't abandon the multiplayer because like the last was this is a single player. I'm on to single player only. I just kind of know about how PlayStation um put the Uncharted 3 multiplayer before. That's why I know the style the same as like the last was multiplayer for the remaster. And the last of us part one doesn't have a multiplayer but has a single player. But I think they will put multiplayer sooner or later because maybe most fans wants to play it. I think they will not will don't do that. But like the streaming service, don't have like Resident Evil Zero. I really hope they will continue Resident Evil Zero and then Resident Evil 3 with the cast that will be in for Resident Evil. And Resident Evil 3 will have like um will have like cast that I did, a fan cast that would have been for them. Resident Evil 3, but they didn't. And like Warner Brothers has put the TV shows, they put like Batman, they put like Titans, they put like The Last of Us on PlayStation. I think I think that if Warner Brothers has, I'm not an expert on this, but if Warner Brothers has picked Resident Evil also and wanted to be on their streaming service, I think that we would have a series of live action, and um it will be like Mortal Kombat, Batman TV series, sequel of and Resident Evil, Resident Evil Zero. But Resident Evil is on Netflix, but Resident Evil Netflix hasn't renewed the series. I kind of know that they're gonna bring Spanish Latino for Resident Evil. No, yeah, there is Espanol or Mexico audio Latino that maybe most friends wants to hear because I'm not an expert on this, but the anime voice of Spanish is better of Goku, and and the Japanese really is close to similar to their voice, and that's why I kind of know. It's just that they hadn't done it. But I think Netflix is on like putting Naruto Shippuden and Fairy Tail and Boruto in Spanish and Netflix. I think because like I think Resident Evil is the one that if they start a series, something else will follow. That's what I think. They hadn't done it, but then there's a Espanol Latino in Code Veronica, Resident Evil, and it sounds so good, man. It sounds so better. That's why, you know why they didn't focus on Spanish releasing for their series of Resident Evil. They're Spanish and Latino, and they sound good, man. Someone released it, and Code Veronica, it's my favorite series. Code Veronica and Resident Zero. And Resident Evil 3, my favorite series. And Resident Evil 4, and it sounds so good. The Spanish of Latino that was missing so long. Someone that takes so long, you know. Everyone, I'm not like, I'm just talking only. Everyone has their own opinion. This is not serious. And then the voice casting is taking long. The fans just are like it's passing the time, and that's why like someone did put Spanish audio Latino for Code Veronica, Resident 3 and 2 and 1, and it sounds good. The Code Veronica Spanish sound very good. It reminds me from the movie of Resident Vendetta of Espanol Latino. And it sounds so good. The Spanish performance is way better. I know it's way better because it's the same as Dragon Ball Z. It's called Dragon Ball Zeta. Dragon Ball Z Spanish, the audio Latino of Goku and Vegeta is better, and that's why they did this. I don't know if the streaming service will bring back Ghost in the Shell because there isn't a season 3 yet. Netflix hasn't done it yet. I feel like if Warner Brothers but I think Warner Brothers has put in their shows on Netflix. They don't want to put it on their streaming service platform. I think they should because they could have get more viewers. I'm just keep talking only. I'm not an expert on viewership, but I think they would have fan base like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Audio Latino, Mexico, voice cast. They did have Resident Evil Vendetta once in their platform. I think they could, and I think they were the one that also brought like when the movie comes out, they also come out in their streaming service platform. I think they could have done that. I think they could have put this series of cast in, but they didn't do it. They didn't like release some cast. But I think Netflix is now starting to put Naruto Shippuden in Fairy Tail and not be too heartless and be more allowing others to experience the Español Latino of Naruto Shippuden and Fairy Tail and Boruto and One Piece. The same as Saint Seiya when you have Saint Seiya in your platform and then it's in Spanish Latino audio. And I think you because you will have more viewership. I'm not an expert on this, but you will probably have more because there's more fan base of Dragon Ball Z in Mexico, and it could be in Spanish, and they could have done that. Hey, don't forget that Crazy Evil was kind of like the first to release some shows, and they will have Crazy Evil Code Veronica in Spanish. I have, I play it, and like they will have done another one. And the streaming service will have Resident Zero in the third time reboot. I really hope Resident Zero does come out because I really hope I think the cast will look right and not be like leaving like right there. I really hope they continue with Resident 3 with a plan. With Resident 3 with the cast, if they could try them. Like how The Last of Us showed them. Don't they see the demonstration of different actors like doing the role and then they do another one until they got the right one? And like they could have Rebecca Chambers from Aliens, Warmless from the movie that just barely released, and they could have done it or not. Like I say, Resident Evil, no, Aliens has been bought for some reason, and that's why it come out. They could do another one, you know. It took a long time, but they they could be released. You know, it'd be the same as Resident Evil. If they got bought by Disney, they would have released the series for Resident Evil and shows. Um, and I can't wait for Resident Evil Zero, its new series, and I can't wait for another one for the upcoming series of The Last of Us. Oh, win an award, I think. And The Last of Us Part 3, who knows? They even have a time. But there's The Walking Dead. That's doing everything. They're doing like casting. They have roles for the actors who's big names, who has show their story timeline and stuff that I want to see. Like Resident Evil take long, you know? The Walking Dead is like doing series, Aliens, Warmless did too. They took there's a actress that looks like Rebecca Chambers. I'm not an expert of casting. But if I was one of the selected for like how the the Lord of the Rings that pick a fan that read the book and knows the content. I think I kind of could fill in that shoe if I ever get the chance. With Resident Evil because I have picked the selecting cast that I did. It's like a video game. It's like a preview or something, but it would never happen that I did fan cast and even the aliens. Halloween came out. Halloween, Michael Myers, and how it come out. How like maybe there was a fan that knows about the Halloween series, and that's why it came out. Resident Evil could have a fan too that knows about the Resident Evil, and then they do it. They make the Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4. It will be on streaming service on Netflix or Max that Max used to have. If they really consider bringing it back, then just The Last of Us, there's like it could be Max, could be Dragon Ball Z, Spanish, Latino, or cartoon. I'm looking for them to select for exclusive to their platform, like Resident Evil, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Fairy Tail. Bleach is already on. Came back because like Bleach is a long time. The mobile game series 2 update, like they were like kind of preview. Fairy Tail is my kind of my favorite series, and that's why it's coming. Fairy Tail 2, and even the streaming service, the creator that created the Eden series, and and that's why it's good and the series to come back. But hey, I'm not. I'm just a fan only. Just talking about this topics that was kind of like that I laugh out, and I just wanted to revisit those topics of the shows and series and and to see if it's coming out. The Last of Us Part 3 is my favorite series. I don't know if they want to do co-op or multiplayer things, a battle royale thing could be. Um, the skins for Resident Evil used to be in Fortnite, but Fortnite hasn't renewed any Resident Evil skins. New skins maybe. Do like Vandella. Why can't be like Vandella skins, like Chris Redfield that I could get for skin? But no.